Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with Brooke, your 101 basics to what you need to know about cooking. So today we're going to be making grilled cheese. It's a pretty simple recipe, like very basic, most people want to know. So what you're going to need for grilled cheese is regular white bread in slices, spreadable butter, and American singles. For making grilled cheese, the tools you're going to need are a plastic spatula, a regular butter knife, and a non-stick pan. For the first step, you're going to want to take your bread and put it on a plate and get your cheese ready. I like to use about 3 slices just to cover all the bread. And then you're going to get your butter. Go ahead and get that out. And then you're going to need your knife. Okay, so all we're gonna do is spread some butter on each slice of bread, just on the outside, kind of get it nice and even. Don't push too hard. Make sure you get all the edges so they don't get burnt. There you go. Awesome. That's our first step, butter in our bread. So our next step is going to be to warm up the pan. We're just going to turn it on to medium heat. This is the eye I'm going to use. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the butter. Going to make sure that gets nice and melted before I put my sandwich in there. Let it kind of melt all the way. We want the pan to be nice and hot when we put our grilled cheese on, so it'll make the bread nice and toasty brown on the bottom. I'm just kind of picking up the pan and like spreading the butter around by doing this. It makes it a little simpler than like dragging the spatula over the pan. That's just a tip. Okay, so it looks like our pan is nice and hot. I'm gonna put the first slice of bread down, and then I'm gonna add the cheese while the bread's sitting there. We wanna make sure that the heat's not too high and that you don't hear a sizzle when you first put it on, otherwise your bread's gonna burn before your cheese melts. Just open up our cheese. Gonna kind of rip it in half and like double layer it on the sides I know didn't quite get as much, and then I'm gonna put the next slice of bread right on top of that, and then we're gonna give it a second to cook. Make sure the bread gets nice and toasty. Keep an eye on it. Don't walk away from the stove. You don't want your bread to burn. That would be bad. Okay, so at this point you're just going to want to turn the heat down a little. It is starting to get a little bubbly here at the bottom, so I'm just gonna put it down to like, you know, medium to low heat, somewhere between 3 and 5. Everyone's stove's different, so just keep an eye on it. You can kind of move it around a little. Once the top piece of bread starts to stick to where you put the cheese, that's when you're getting close to time for it to flip. That means that the cheese is melted enough that it's starting to like keep the sandwich together. It's a good sign. Here we go, it's time to flip it. That cheese is nice and melted. Oh, look at that nice brown side. It's nice and toasty, just the way we like it. If you want it a little crispier or even a little more burnt, like just depending on your preferences, you can just like flip it back over and let it sit a little longer. Just don't make sure you don't leave it unattended. So we're just gonna continue to let this cook until the other side gets a nice golden brown color, and then we'll be done. All right, so it looks like it might be almost done. So I'm gonna flip it back over. There we go, that's a great color. I'm gonna let the other side toast a little longer because I like mine a little bit more like that, but you can take it off whenever you're ready. And look at that, we made our very own first homemade grilled cheese. Good job, guys. Now it's your turn to do it. Get to it.